Well, friends, they did it again. Nintendo is absolutely crushing it. It's like they hit the piñata square on every single time, and it burst with Nintendo money, Nintendo coins. Their profits are up 200%, and they're selling like gangbusters. It's so good to see. Nintendo is just absolutely wrecking every expectation of what a Nintendo console could do this time around. I think after the Wii U, everyone was like, and now we're like, which feels so good. So today we're going over what Animal Crossing is doing and how that is absolutely mega, and what many other titles are doing, and what Nintendo is doing with the Switch in general. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below which game you think will end up being the best seller on Switch at the end of the generation. Will Animal Crossing take that top spot? Has it taken the top spot today? Let's dig in. And I'm gonna try to make this easy because I know that numbers, they can get confusing. There's a lot of sheets. The first one I'll show you, it looks like, oh, what's going on? Like they're talking about their finances. They have these reports, they have these investor calls, and they give all these numbers, and this looks like absolute chaos. Like I said, their profits are up 200%. That's pretty digestible. What I want you to take from this shot is that Mario 3D All-Stars sold 5.21 million copies already. That is a lot. Remember, this game goes poof in March for whatever reason, we still don't know. Please give us Galaxy 2. But for now, it sold over 5 million and halfway to 10 million, which I think is maybe not crushing expectations, but it shows that even their old games, when bundled together with barely any updates, do so well because the Switch is such a superpower. It really is. Now let's take a look at another interesting slide, which shows that the Nintendo Switch has now sold 68.3 million units. That is a lot of consoles. That is a lot of Joy-Con, right? That's like 136 Joy-Con just based on the consoles. People probably buy more. So there's so many Joy-Con out there. You could literally line the Joy-Con up from here to probably your house and it would reach and then some. Software, we're at 456.49 million units. That's a lot of cartridges. It's the potential for a lot of licks, but I surely don't think you should do that. It tastes disgusting. Someone on a live stream recently licked one and I was like, don't do it. And they were like, I want to. And I was like, don't do it. And they were like, it didn't end well. But this is going to end well for Nintendo, and the Switch is going to be their most successful console of all time. Especially if they reinvigorate next year with a Switch Pro, and now they got 3 options, Lite, OG, Pro. I mean, it's going to be insane. This is so good. Next up on the agenda, we have year-over-year sales, and this shows the strength of the Switch, and I think it shows the quarantine COVID effect. So many games are selling more than they were year over year. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 145% more this year than last year. Splatoon 2 sold 162% more this year compared to last year, which is insane. The only game that sold worse is Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's the delay between the Fighters Pass, how they had to sort of backload some characters and it took a while, or because the game just sold so insanely in its first few years. I'm not sure. But all of these titles are evergreen, even Super Mario Party, which I think is super strange. And it shows the wide range of demographics that this console now has, because you have players who want very hardcore experiences, players that want more light casual fare, players that want multiplayer, single player, things in between. Indie games sell like crazy. Free-to-play does really well. The first-party stuff, though, is the cream of the crop and where it just absolutely crushes. The fact that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is exponentially selling more as time goes on is insane. And it speaks to the fact that Nintendo sold a ton of Switches this year. They were sold out most places for quite a while, couldn't keep them on the shelves, and so people wanted to buy games. And even if the games were from launch, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, from launch year, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, a game that really isn't all that great, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but has multiplayer appeal, especially for families, they're all selling more than they sold last year, which is crazy. Now, I know everybody really wants to see the games that are rising the charts, and these are going to be our top titles. Well, we're going to go from the bottom to the top, or the bottom of the best to the top of the best. Mario Bros. U Deluxe, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, 8.32, pretty darn impressive. For a title I thought would kind of just slowly come with a whimper and not a bang, it definitely has hit a home run. Splatoon 2, right in feisty at 11.27 million, and I think Splatoon 3 is right around the corner. I expect a Splatoon entry, whether it's a mainline Splatoon 3 or a spin-off in 2021. Super Mario Party is at 12.1 million, which is, again, insane to me, given that game is kind of lackluster. A sequel could do absolutely awesome, and I hope that they do invest more in the boards and a better online. That could also come out this year. It's been a few years, or 2021. It's been a few years, and I see that releasing a sequel in 2021 or 2022. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, strong at 12.49. Mario Odyssey creeping really close to 19 million, which is awesome. But now the top charts. Did AC New Horizons make it? Did it reach number 1? It didn't, but it's close. Pokemon Sword and Shield are at 19.02 million, which is phenomenal, probably buoyed by the DLC and the better graphics, new mons. Breath of the Wild, 19.74, holding on to its lead and holding on to the 4th spot, although it's probably going to fall to Pokemon soon. Smash Bros. Ultimate keeping pace at 21.1 million. AC up to 26.04 million copies sold. This thing is absolutely going to be a 30 million seller by the time all is said and done. And I don't think anyone could have predicted that Animal Crossing would sell 30 million units. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is literally unstoppable at 28.99, basically 29. It's also going to be 30 million. They have 4 titles that are basically at 20 million, and Pokemon will be a 5th soon. That is insane. Nearly 1/3 of Switch owners own these 4 games, which is insane. And it's an even higher percentage when you look at just the top. 29 million for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 26 million for Animal Crossing. That is absurd and almost unheard of to have this much success. Their first-party lineup is just bonkers. And when we look at PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, which are exciting consoles with far more processing power and performance power than the Switch, they don't have the exclusives. They don't have the lineup. In fact, they have a very tiny lineup. In fact, they have barely anything at launch. So if you feel like bummed out that Nintendo doesn't have the power, doesn't have the graphics, doesn't have the 4K, just know that you're getting the best games library of any of the platform holders. And as the cloud continues to push forward, and if we do get a Switch Pro, you'll get more and more third-party. And it might make Nintendo Switch, when all is said and done, the best system. With the Lite pillar, the Pro potential pillar, and the OG pillar, they could have an awesome 3-pronged strategy that carries them forward towards 100 million consoles sold, so much software, so many games, and a very evergreen library that appeals to new buyers, old buyers, and all in between. From indies to AAA, from free-to-play to first-party, they're killing it. And I think at the end of these cycles, we will probably look back and say, Nintendo did the best. And I think that's brilliant because the Wii U was a colossal failure and no one thought they could come back. This weirdo idea of a hybrid system was going to be kitschy and cute, but now it absolutely crushes. And I love that, and I hope you do as well. We're going to get out of here. Those are the sales figures. Let me know your take in the comments down below. You have any thoughts, ideas? How many does AC end up selling? Which game ends up being the biggest seller? It's got to be Animal Crossing. I think eventually they release a new Mario Kart. And I don't know if that'll catch Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I think it could be Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing could do it, unless something bonkers comes out and the Switch lasts for like 5 more years. But we got a lot of time to talk about that. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. I love you so much. SwitchForce, out.